Greetings, Metavananian, Sivera Superadale. Oh, did I say Sivera Superdale? Greetings, Metavananian, Sivera Supermanium is Station Master West Green. Feel better now. Welcome to part 5 of my DJH B1 kit, my PSE. There it is, all its glory. And all the bits and gubbins. God, I've got stuff everywhere. Oh, don't look in there, there's a boiler. I had stuff in there, anyway. So, what's old Stevie been up to? I'm telling you. Well, come to my workbench. Here is the tender. What a cow of a day. You know what? I think I need to get to 12 inches to the foot jobs. So it all looks good. Then you start putting details on and then you realise how difficult it is. Like, I had to put these little lamps on and... Sorry. Don't do that, camera. Smack your head in. So I had to put these little pipe runs in and these little junction boxes. It doesn't look real pretty, but I suppose once it's all black, it's not going to make any difference. Then I've glued these lights on. What else have I done? This took me ages, and it's not really what I call perfect by any means. The buffers, well, they're not glued in or anything. In fact, I've still got a lot of work because I've got to remount some metal on the inside so they push in and out. Anyway. There's me clock. What time is it? 10:15 on a Thursday night here in Sydney, and it is peeing down. And I put this, I don't know what it is, this... Stephen, get your finger out. I put this thing on. That's I don't know, where you're coupling these, I don't know what you call it. So actually it's good because it's an overlay, so I just use solder paste and my RSU for that. I've just put... These are quite nice. Better than epoxy white metal ones, aren't they? A steam heat pipe and the vac pipe. So that's what I've been doing. That's part of... anyway, so what I'm going to do now is finish the front of the tender. I've still got to do the chassis. It's not all finished yet. The brakes aren't done. But that's what I've been doing. So stay tuned for more. I'll be back probably tomorrow. It's bedtime, way past my bedtime. Hello all, Steve here. What a day. I've been persevering with this tender. Some days are good days and other days you think, oh, I don't want to do this. So I put the electric lights on. These are super glued to the lamp brackets, and then I've had to do using fuse wire, 15 amp fuse wire. I've got. Oh, come on! I've had to put pipe runs, conduit runs, tack solder in it. Put these little what do I call them? Junction boxes. Put those on. It's not as neat as I'd like it to be. It was really difficult. The most enjoyable thing I've done is just now. Put on the vac pipe and the steam heating pipe and that little reinforcing thing where the coupling fits in. Pretty easy. And they're all soldered on, so that's good. So I've just well, what have I got to do now? I've got to do the tender front. And finish the chassis, and then I can cover up my sins with paint, hopefully. Anyway, that's it. Yeah. Well, I've done a bit more work on the tender. Got the buffers on. Oh. Got the buffers on. I've put a little... come on. I put a little handrail up there, which they had on. So I've just burnt that up out of wire. I've just got it stuck on the chassis, or sitting on the chassis, which is not complete. I'm actually starting to put the toolboxes on. Foot plate, shoveling plate thing. Got to put the doors on. I guess the process of elimination. And what else have I done? Oh yeah, I had to buy a new Dremel today. The thing blew up yesterday. I had this putt, and for some reason it worked, but I could only get the maximum speed, so the control board obviously blew up. I figured, well, it's probably not worth fixing, so I went and bought a new one. What else did I buy? I bought a new iron today. This is a switchable 50, 100 watt. I got that tip and a chisel tip. Cheap and nasty, but you know, it's good for if you have to do big solder joints. Plenty of heat, plenty of power, in and out quickly. That's the name of the game as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, just going to put the doors on, a few bits and bobs, finish the chassis, and I'll be ready for painting. Welcome back to the lunatic asylum. I'm just putting on the these doors, the coal hole doors. I've got one down here, and you've got to put a grab rail. So I don't know what size. Oh, gee whiz, how big is that? Oh, it's small. I don't know, 0.3 of a mil. A fossil bronze wire. So I'm going to bend that up, solder it up, and then I'm just going to put these doors in there and just spot solder it on. It's a lunatic. I'm telling you now. I'm mad. I don't know if I can do this, so I've got a bit of flux on there. Where's my solder? Bit of solder. I think it's 188. Put this down and put a bit of flux on it. So let's see if I can put this bottom one on. Just got to clean it up now. Morning all, Steve here, and I'm doing a bit more work on the tender. One of my subscribers, what's the time? Oh, 10:30. Don't you love my clock? Asked me to show me how I do things. Well, I'm no expert, but I've just put this door on and this opens. So basically it consists of, here's the other one, this door, hang on, there's the door, some 0.5mm wire, and this hinge. So I'm going to solder this hinge onto this side. Oh dear, sorry about my cold. So what I'll be using, I've got this solder paste, and I'm going to use an RSU. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of solder paste, just 2 bits, okay, and then I've got to get this in position. Here's the tricky bit. God, I'll tell you it's tricky or not. Where's my knife? Did I say knife? It's got a K in it. Where's my bleeding knife? So, oh you son of a married parents. So here's my RSU. If I touch this on there and press the foot switch, it should hum and get hot. So now, hopefully I've got contact with the brass. I'll just put it on there. Depends if I've got good contact. Take my foot off. That's soldered on now. So the RSU is good for that. I don't use it for everything. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some flux on that. Then using my other soldering iron, a normal one, and using some low melt solder. And let's move this camera back. This is 188 or something, 145, I don't know which one it is. Hang on. So I'm just going to put some daubs of solder on that. So now I've threaded the wire through the hinge, and then this is what I did anyway. Well, that's a good way. I'm going to put the hinge just in there. This is where it becomes difficult. I'm going to make sure I don't glue all this up. Sewed it all up, so I'm just going to touch it. Oh, hang on. So I've just done one, I've just touched that, and that's soldered to it. So what I've got to do now is just put the bottom one in. Bit more flux, just a bit more. And it's in quick with this iron just so it melts. You don't want it to touch that hinge. Oh dear. You need a couple of hands here, I'm telling you. Bit more solder, I think. My wife's phone. Have I gummed it up? There you go. Done. So the other thing with this solder, you're supposed to, if you're not using it, you're supposed to keep it in the fridge. So I'll put that back in the fridge. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put these tank fronts on. I've got two of them. Got that one. So I've got some 2-part epoxy here. Nothing. Fuck it. Anyway. So here we go. We put this on, this glue. Ruby, my dog's just come in. And then that goes down there, just like that. Who said that? Just like that. This is the other side. So I'll just daub that on. And then this one, move the door out of the way. Doesn't matter what you do, you get this muck on your hands anyway. And that one, there we go. There we go. How about that? Just let this dry now. Well, it's 2 weeks. I started this 10 to 2 weeks ago, and I said I'd finish it today. I said I'd do it in 2 weeks. Well, I haven't quite done it. And I won't be doing it this next week because I've got a lot on and I'm going away, so it's going to be the week after Easter. But the fact is, I set a goal. If I hadn't set a goal, I'd still be doing this in 6 months, wouldn't I? Hey? What do you reckon? So here, look, here I've done it. What I haven't done is complete the chassis. I haven't put all the brakes, all the gubbins, all that. All that stuff. So here's the back of it. All tender. Tell you a story about this turntable. It's one of those lazy Susans you put on round tables, and a mate of mine, but this was in beautiful condition when I got it. It was all shiny and polished wood. Anyway, he had it, and it was in his garage, and I said to him, "Do you need that?" And he says, No. He says, "You can have it." He said, "What do you want it for?" I said, "Oh, I use it for spraying. Put it in my airbrush booth and spray." Anyway, so I got it. I was around his place about 6 months later, and his missus says to him, Joe, she says, "What happened to where's that lazy Susan going? I'm going to use it." Oh, bloody hell, what's going on? Oh, this fell down. Well, West Green, I am Station Master, West Green. My name is Manavananian Sivara Superamanian. Enough of that madness. Anyway, that just fell down. So, I'm back. So anyway, he says, Joe, where's it gone? He says, and he couldn't remember, or he didn't. I wasn't game to tell him what I've done with it. I mean, you wouldn't, would you? So, let's zoom in a bit. Anyway, so what I've done, there is some fiddly parts in this. And there's my pointer. So I put these doors on, these doors open. And I put all these little jit nabs on, valves and God knows what else. I haven't put in the, there's this stupid, I hate it, this thing for a coupling to the loco and tender. It's an etched brass thing. I don't like it. And there was a couple of parts I didn't put on. There's a part that fits down there. And I'm beginning to think, just because they put all this detail on that, some of it is madness to even attempt it, unless you're a mega god of building kits, and that is not me. So I'm pretty happy with it. trying to put all this wiring on. Definitely padded cell material, that one. Hated it. Don't particularly like the buffers the way they are. I had to open these out. Anyway, look, to be honest, I'm thinking of getting some Slader's buffers and getting rid of them. Shouldn't have to, but... So I've done that, so you may wonder what... Hang on, I'll take that off. Here's the back. That's all I've done, the basic chassis. So what I've done, I've mentioned this before, you can put plunger pickups in. You can just see the hole there. 1, 2, and there's 2 there underneath this belly tank. But you can access it. You can see you can access it, and so I put the wires in. Whether I use it or not, I don't know. But I thought if I don't put the wires in, then I won't be able to. So at least I put them in. I've got the option if I don't like it, tuck them up somewhere. Anyway, I'll be back in about a week or so, and that's it. And I just want to say, Ruby's really enjoyed it. Ruby, have you enjoyed making this video? Yes. It's been a lot of fun, Dad. You rotten creature. You're Station Master's dog at West Green, aren't you? Oh, Mr. Supermanium, he loves you. Oh, Ruby, my friend. I think you are a fine-looking dog. I'm out of here. Goodbye.